Have you ever been caught between two choices, both important, both complex, and felt like picking the wrong one could cost you months of wasted effort, energy, and even your future career? That's exactly the dilemma most accounting students face when they hear two intimidating terms: management accounting and financial accounting. Sounds boring on the surface, right? But what if I told you that understanding the real difference between these two isn't just textbook knowledge? It's a career-defining decision that could determine whether you lead strategic boardroom meetings or get buried in quarterly reports forever. This isn't just about numbers. This is about your path, your power, your positioning in the world of business. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear isn't in your ACCA manual or your professor's slides. It's the raw truth that separates top decision makers from replaceable number crunchers. Welcome to Education Bench, the only faceless channel that speaks directly to ambitious accounting minds who want more than just exam success. Here, we build clarity, strategy, and courage, layer by layer. If you're serious about your future in finance, you'll want to watch this till the end. Let's be brutally honest for a second. If you're still thinking that management accounting and financial accounting are just two sides of the same coin, you're already a step behind. These aren't interchangeable. They serve different masters. They speak to different parts of the business. They demand different mindsets. So here's the question you need to ask: who are you trying to serve, and what do you want your numbers to say? Let's break this down into clarity. Management accounting is internal. Think of it as the company's nervous system. It's about decision-making, forecasts, strategies. You're not reporting what was, you're creating what could be. It's proactive, dynamic, fast-paced. You're inside the company's walls, influencing what happens next. Financial accounting, on the other hand, is external. It's the face you show to the world. The polished, regulated, audited version of your performance. It's about compliance, standards, frameworks, IFRS, GAAP. It's history written in numbers. One deals in strategy, the other in transparency. If you've ever felt a craving to influence business direction, to sit at the table where decisions are made, you're already leaning toward management accounting. But if you find satisfaction in structure, precision, and storytelling through exact numbers, financial accounting might be your stronghold. Let's bring in a real-world example to cut through the confusion. Picture a major corporation. Let's say a global tech company like Samsung. The management accountants at Samsung are asking, should we launch a new product line in Southeast Asia next quarter? What's our break-even point? Can we lower production costs by 12% using automation? Meanwhile, the financial accountants are ensuring that all quarterly and annual reports reflect accurate, standardized financial data to shareholders, auditors, and regulatory bodies. They're making sure the income statement, balance sheet, and cash flows are bulletproof. One group navigates the future. The other documents the past. But let's not fall into the trap of thinking one is better than the other. The real question is, where do you fit? Here's what no one tells you. Management accounting is a playground for thinkers, planners, strategists. It rewards creativity, critical thinking, and quick adaptation. You'll find yourself working closely with operations, marketing, HR. Your reach spans the entire business. And you're judged not by compliance but by impact. Financial accounting, on the other hand, is for those who thrive on certainty, accuracy, and systems. You're the gatekeeper of integrity. You ensure stakeholders trust the business. Without you, there's chaos. But here's the psychological twist. Many students choose financial accounting because it feels more legit. It sounds like what people expect when you say you're an accountant. And truth be told, many institutions put more emphasis on it. But management accounting? That's the rebel's path. It's less celebrated but often more impactful, especially if you want to move into business leadership roles. You know what no one told me when I first started studying accounting? That one day, I'd be sitting in a room with executives, not because I knew how to prepare a balance sheet, but because I could show them, based on hard data, why launching a new service in Q3 would boost margins by 8%. That's not accounting. That's influence. That's management accounting. Here's a bold truth. If you're only learning accounting to report the past, you're building your career on a rearview mirror. But if you're learning to shape decisions, influence budgets, and drive business evolution, you're staring through the windshield. That's management accounting. And it's the difference between being part of the system or changing it. Now let's talk money, because you're probably wondering, who earns more? It depends. Entry-level financial accountants may earn slightly more in structured firms due to regulatory importance. But long-term, management accountants often climb faster in corporate hierarchies. Why? Because they're seen as strategic assets, not just technical recorders. And then there's the qualification journey. Financial accounting follows a rigid structure: auditing standards, IFRS, GAAP. If you're pursuing ACCA, CA, or CPA, you're on a defined, predictable route. Management accounting, especially through CIMA or CMA, is more fluid. There's a greater emphasis on decision-making, performance evaluation, cost optimization. Again, neither is superior. But the mental model is different. Think of it this way. Financial accounting is like a historian writing the story of what happened. Management accounting is like a GPS system recalculating the best route in real time. So what does this mean for your career? If you see yourself as someone who enjoys guiding others, who thrives on insights and influencing change, management accounting might just be your secret weapon. If you prefer structure, regulations, and being the dependable authority in financial matters, financial accounting is your stronghold. But here's a wild idea: why choose? Some of the most successful CFOs, CEOs, and strategy heads started with financial accounting and then mastered management accounting. Others did the reverse. If you're still early in your journey, use this video as a springboard, not a label. Start observing which parts of your current studies energize you. Do you feel more alive when solving cost variances, break-even analysis, and budget planning? Or do you find joy in preparing financial statements, reconciling accounts, and applying standards? What lights you up? That's your compass. And remember this: accounting isn't a dead-end, desk-bound job. It's the language of business. Master the right dialect, and you don't just earn a living, you build a legacy. Before we close, let me ask you, have you been boxing yourself into the wrong version of accounting because that's what your textbook taught you? Because sharing your decision might just help someone else find their direction too. Don't keep this to yourself. Share it with a fellow student who's still undecided. Let's make accounting less about confusion and more about clarity. You've just made one of the most important distinctions in your career. Now it's time to build on it. This is Education Bench, where careers are clarified, not just certified. See you in the next one.